So we have the parliamentarians. Can you please introduce yourselves?
I'm Joshua Kula. I'm a 2L.
My name is Brian Dayton. I'm a rising 2L.
Okay, so I'll start with Joshua. How do you view the role of a parliamentarian within the executive board?
I view the role of the parliamentarian within the executive board as a member of the school, the SBA's executive board, who help make decisions that affect the student body. And particularly what I've seen with Lena Parks is helping with merchandise and organizing for events and keeping the meetings in check and keeping the executive board in check as a whole.
Thank you. Same question.
Yes, I see the role of parliamentarian as in two main ways: efficiency and support. Support, obviously, for the president of the board, as well as the entire board, the executive board altogether, as well as just supporting the faculty and staff, the decision makers, all together. The other aspect would be efficiency. I feel like it's the parliamentarian's job to provide the efficiency that the meetings require so that the meetings will be able to run with as much productivity as possible. His main job being that to support the president to get as many issues as possible through so they can discuss as many things as possible.
Thank you. Now back to Josh. As parliamentarian, your role is to assist the executive board with effective meeting management or other forms of management. Explain your experience in this area and provide an example of your success within this area.
Okay. I've never directly worked as a parliamentarian before. Most of my role in different student groups has been mostly as president, secretary, or vice president. But working as a parliamentarian, I understand it to be working with each member of the executive board and filling in the gap where needed, besides just playing an auxiliary role. So I work in the Office of Student Affairs and Pro Bono Programs. I believe in teamwork, and that's my mantra. Teamwork makes the game work. So I try to partner with everyone. My most important question is, how can I help you? Because I work with people to see what goals we can achieve together and what could be done by us. Like what level of productivity can we bring to each other. So working there as a parliamentarian, I feel like I will provide the assist where needed.
Thank you. Same question.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, sir. As parliamentarian, your role is to assist the executive board with effective meeting management and also manage in other areas. Explain your experience in this area and provide an example of your success within this area.
One major example of my role in this area, I've deployed twice, once to Kuwait in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, or Iraqi Freedom, and once to Poland. While in both places, we had to manage our multinational partners across several different fields, again in several different backgrounds, working with NATO to effectuate different decision-making that we had to do in each one of those provinces. One of the biggest successes that we had was when we deployed to Poland, we had to work with Russian counterparts to actually get a missing train back into NATO hands. And so one of the trains that we had, it actually made its way into Russian territory outside of Poland. And we actually had to work with Russia and we had to work with our NATO partners in order to get that train back. We ended up successfully being able to bring the train back and recover all U.S. property effectively. So.
Thank you. Now, last question. This is for Josh. Please provide an example of one project you would like to spearhead as the executive board member.
As an executive board member, one project I'd like to spearhead is with the merchandise and working more with the SBA to centralize the executive council, like Stacy, you've been doing, where presidents meet and we have discussions to foster that more, because I know the presidency requires a lot of work and the president might not be able to give as much dedication as that office may require, so because of the time. So I feel like being an auxiliary as a parliamentarian, I could help work more with that and give it a structure and add to what you built.
Wonderful. Thank you. Now, I'll take any questions that, well, oh, I'm sorry, that is my fault. Brian, please go ahead and please provide one example, an example of one project you would like to spearhead as an executive board member.
One of the projects that I would like to spearhead as an executive board member, I feel like there's two types of people that kind of come through John Marshall. There are people who are really dedicated and want to be involved with everything and want to be a part of everything. Then I feel like there's people that just graduate. They come to John Marshall and then they're gone. And I would really like to see and work with the president to see if there was a way that we could bring those people more into the fold. Maybe do some surveys or just get out and talk to people to see what it is that could bring them more into the fold of being involved, you know, working with SBA, or what volunteer opportunities would you like to be a part of? How can we reach out more to you to get you more on campus, more involved? Because I feel like the more people that we can get involved, the better we will do as students, the more discussion there will be about the law, and the more advancement that we will have as a law school overall. So that would be one of my major projects that I want to do.
Wonderful, thank you. Now we'll take questions from the audience. Yes?
My question is for both of y'all. Are you all familiar with Robert's Rules of Order and how, and if you aren't familiar, are you willing to go in depth and learn about it and actually apply it during SBA meetings and executive board meetings?
So full disclosure, I'll answer this one first. Full disclosure, I just had to write in to figure out what parliamentarian does. And I did find out from the person who nominated me that they found that, or they thought that I would be a good candidate because I am good with good order and discipline. It's basically all throughout my background. I've been in military schools for 12 years and I've been in the military for over a decade. So good order and discipline is just part of what it comes natural to me. I do not know Robert's Rules yet, but I'm absolutely willing after exams to dig on 100% and figure out all parts of Robert's Rules. So.
Yeah, that part is important. And I've been in a lot of executive positions, so I've worked with the Robert Rule of Order and other different parliamentary proceedings. I was actually a member of a national parliament for children and child rights advocacy, but I don't feel that that's as important as being willing to work with people and do things. So whatever structure I feel like we will have as an executive board, I'm willing to learn the one I don't know, and if I already know it, I can add to the level of expertise.
Any other questions? Thank you, gentlemen.